All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab is in the house. And welcome back to the channel. Look at this, today I'm in the house with the Shirogorov Tabargan 100NS here with me for a review. And we're gonna analyze the look, the sound and the feel of this bad boy. But don't forget to like, subscribe and leave me a comment down below. And you know what, if you're in the business, in the market for knives or fidget toys, you can also check out Fablades.com and at Fablades on Instagram if you are in the mood to see some nice pictures. So let's go ahead. Check this out, guys. You get 4-inch long blade, 3.85-inch long cutting edge, 5.2-inch long handle. Overall length of this bad boy is going to be 9 inches. So, for example, this is a Benchmade mini bug out, and that's the bug out right there to give you an idea of the size of the Tabargan. Full size knife for sure, because here you get to see Spyderco Para 3 and Paramilitary 2, which can nothing up against this bad boy from Shirogorov. Listen to this. Chris Reeve knives, small Sebenza 21, large Sebenza 21. No, can't. Like, this is a big boy, I'm telling you. Another couple I want to show you guys. This is the Koenig Knives Arius Style 55. Up here you get to see the Hinder Knives XM18. And also, you know what, I want to show you this bad boy right over here. Peter Rassenti Large Nirvana 4.0 and Kirby Lambert Rain right there. Nothing can do that. It's a big boy. Look at this. This is the Shirogorov Custom Division F3 NS and Custom Division Neon NL right over there to complete the picture of this size comparison regarding the Tabargan, which is a beautiful knife. It's an old one. It's an axis lock. That's the main attraction of the show, like this part right over here. The scales are like 3D milled carbon fiber scales, like beautifully done, like really cool. They're not flat. There's some chamfering going on, but you see they're like rounded off like that, and that's gonna reflect awesomely into the ergonomics of this knife. You have a lot of things going on over here. I mean, like you can see maybe like you see there's like diagonal milling on this carbon fiber, which is fantastically done. And then you get titanium liners, I would call them, which have internal chamfering and external chamfering. Very cool. Of course, you get to see like these finger grooves, like 1 and 2, very distinctive. It's gonna look, it's gonna feel really cool in your hand. And then you get, of course, a nice carbon fiber backspacer, which ends right over here, dips down. You get a pivot right over here to allocate your lanyard option for your bead or whatever, paracord, and then boom, again, backspacer, raising and reaching up to this point and protecting the blade, which is perfectly centered and buried down right over there. You're not gonna be able to snag that by any means. I mean, the look of this guy is fantastic, unusual for Shirogorov, this part over here, but it's beautifully designed, like really nicely ergonomic choice. You see the chamfer here, the chamfer there. It's just beautiful for like your wrapping around index finger affair going on right there. Really beautiful. Also, you have two screws for the body, like they use in the bigger models, like 111 for example, and one pivot screw, which has an interesting part, like as a counter screw right over here inside. So this is like 2 parts, it's unusual. You see, you can just adjust like this one, and then you screw this one right in. So I think there's no need for Loctite, but tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. And so the pivot screw is pretty much perfectly flush with the scales, but the handle screws are protruding. They're sticking out. You can see from this angle, you see like that. So you're gonna feel them, like in when you squeeze the grip, you're gonna feel this, and that's probably my only nitpick about this knife, because it's very well put together, guys. Really, really cool. It's also like pretty straightforward to disassemble, as long as you don't take apart the omega springs, which actually you can basically see it right over there wrapped around the lock. As long as you don't remove those, I think you're gonna be fine. Remove the scales and clean it up. You don't need to fully disassemble the scales. Just remove the blade, the washers, clean it up, put it back together, and boom, and you're done. You have also like this pocket clip, which is tip-up carry only. It's not reversible. It's screwed in with 2 screws and 2 posts, like 2 cylinders right over there, spacers, like in the old F3 version, couple screws, but you have a nice chamfering going on, and pretty cool ramp, so it works well. I just don't like the aesthetics of it, but it's nicely done. Nice spring tension. It's titanium blasted, matching the finish of the scales, and it's pretty well working. Just not my favorite design, that's all. And then, guys, you get this blade right over here. Actually, before talking about the blade, let's just quickly check the axis lock, because you see it's like in the classic, I mean, like Benchmade style, for example. It's very similar. It's an axis lock. You have an omega spring which goes like this, and it's pivoting right over here. You don't see right now, so you see there's some tension. When you pull this down, it just tends to go back up, and doing so, you see right over there, there's like a notch which is part of the blade. So by doing like this, is going to act as a detent, and you can't shake the blade open. So if you pull the blade, you're going to see that you have to pull the axis lock. So it's going to apply the force into this omega spring, forcing this down, and then it's just going to roll around the tang of the blade until you're going to find this notch right over there, you see? And then it's going to find its way up to lock the blade in place, meeting that notch on the tang of the blade. Pull this guy down, release that, and boom, it's gonna keep the blade locked in place. So pretty cool, ingenious mechanism for the axis lock going on over here. It's unusual. Usually you get to see inset lock, liner locks, or frame locks for Shirogorov. This is an older version, and it even has dual thumb studs for the blade, so you can just do like a thumb deployment option with your index finger as well, or you can just do like that. So you see, but we're gonna check that in a second. Let's go ahead and check out this blade, because it's pretty cool. There's no jimping, so that's, yeah, I know, but look at that. Nice thumb studs going on, which are you can replace yourself. No jimping here, not much chamfering going on, but it's not sharp. You have a nice finish on the spine, which is satin, as opposed to the very fine stonewash for the full flat grind. Shirogorov logo right over here, drop point, 35% belly, and straight edge up to the sharpening joint, which in this case, actually being that wide, it's the first time that you can kind of use it as a finger choil and do like a more like a forward grip in this case. Because usually you don't get that much space. Like, for example, here, you see, there's not really much space for your finger. You're just going to use it in the sharpening event, not in the, you see, like forward grip event. So that's a first for me. Nice plunge grind, of course. In the Shirogorov tradition, it's the classic one. S35EN steel blade logo on the back, and that is it for this pretty cool but simple and minimalistic looking blade. Like, there's also something very cool about this knife over here, and it's the sound, because hear this. It's a beautiful stock, like stock, and it's not loud. It's unobtrusive. I love the bouncing sound of the blade, like hitting the stop pin right over here when it gets in the closed position. It's really, really satisfactory, very unique. It's the only Shirogorov, come on guys, that is sounding like that. It's very unique. I like it. Let's also check the weight. Because yes, we got a lot of carbon fiber going on here, but this is not a small boy. 5.52 ounces is gonna be the weight in your pocket, but you're not gonna feel any hot spots. It doesn't feel heavy in the hand. These finger grooves are masterfully designed to have you grip this knife in a fantastic way. You're not gonna feel anything on this side. The only thing I feel is from this screw right over here, which is protruding a little bit too much, and I kind of feel it here. I mean, it's not, I mean, I also feel this one, but it's all right, but I also feel this one. Reverse grip, fantastic. You see, like the finger is just resting on the pocket clip like that, and it's just beautifully working for me. Super solid knife, guys. There's nothing moving, nothing flexing. This thing is not gonna go anywhere. Absolutely well put together. A little bit of a slippery texture, I would say, but fit and finish is spot on. Even if it's an old one, guys, it's just really well put together. Absolutely flush everywhere. There's no rattling, no gaps, no misalignments. This thing is well put together. Look at this. I mean, yeah, blade is center, no blade play, action is gorgeous. This thing is running on bronze washers, and there's no lock stick, no lock rock, nothing. I mean, it's super solid. The action, thumb stud. You can do like, you see, like this, like that with your index finger. Maybe I can do like with the, yeah, middle finger, a little bit of wrist help. You can just deploy the blade by releasing, just like pulling down the axis lock. I mean, the fidget factor is there for sure on this one. It is really fast when you use the thumb stud. It's smoothly gliding in the close position. I mean, it is a fun one. If you get one and it's stiff, I can assure you that there's some gunk around the pivot. So just take it apart, check out my video, clean it up, lube it up a little bit, and boom. You end up with something that is like super fidgety, very smooth, great opening action, great closing action. You get the guillotine effect as soon as you disengage this axis lock. The detent created by the lock is nice and safe. So really, really a gorgeous one, really fidgety. It is a beautiful one. There's just probably my only nitpick, I would say, is the pocket clip, which I don't really like the design, but works well, and the protruding screws right over here. Everything else is very good result. I mean, check, check, check. Look, sound, and feel. We are in the business. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.